What is going on, everybody? I am Wesley.
I'm Victor.
And we are reviewing episode 19, Double Agents, entitled The World Is Not Enough. I don't know if there was more added to that title because I wasn't able to see it because DVR cut it off. But the show's over.
Yeah.
And I'm a little upset and sad that the show is over because it's something that we look forward to every Wednesday, and we watch it just about every Wednesday. I know the last couple of Wednesdays we've been effing up, but we watch it because we love it, and I've been watching it for forever. And I love the challenge. It is my favorite reality show on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first leg of the race, CT and Amber B were doing their thing. Okay, their first place. Mm-hmm. And Amber B decides to keep CT. Perfect decision.
Yeah, she should have.
Because leading up to your decision making, y'all were first anyway.
Right.
So why would you pick someone else that was like dead last?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So they end up sticking together. CT says, all of you voted me in. Right. So the last we left, we left KC here with a messed up leg, yelling in the air and Fessy not wanting to eat anything because he's like, what's the point if we can't continue? There's no way KC would have been able to finish that.
No.
There's no way. So on one hand, I don't blame Fessy for not wanting to eat.
I mean, and to be honest, it made no sense for him to eat in the first place. He did good just drinking any of the blood, period. I was like, baby, look, let me tell you something. You're not going to be able to win this. Your leg's fucked up. I love you. I appreciate you. You know I did all kind of shady shit to get you, but it just turned right around and bit me in the ass. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now because it would not be, Wes don't think I'm going to talk about it. But, so, I talked all that shit on Casey last week. God forgive me. Forgive me, God. Heal me now, Jesus. I'm apologizing publicly. Then turn around, we talked about her, we watched them Wednesday night, talked about her Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, I fucked my goddamn ankle up. Ain't that something else? Nah, I'm on motherfucking crackers. But, nonetheless, he wasn't eating no food, and he wasn't drinking no blood, because he knew that it wasn't going to happen. And
But see, the thing is, if Fessy was that much of a beast, he would have left her. He could have left her. Like, he could have ate all the food for them and left.
But they both had to tap in.
Not necessarily, because even in the ice cave, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But all right, well, so CT, I don't blame Fessy for not eating, but I feel like he could have eaten it all and then left her. I feel like he could have had an honest conversation with her and said, "Boo, you can't do this."
You need
like,
to text TJ and ask him if that would have been okay.
Yeah, they could have just I don't know. Anyways, so CT and Amber B have the decision to give another plate to an opposing team.
Yeah, and CT tells Amber it's a $900,000 question. Who do we give this extra food to? I took notes this time, you guys, because last time he put me on the spot, and I actually took notes. Boom.
So continue.
Okay. So CT says it's a $900,000 question on who we're going to give the extra food to, and everybody's like, "Don't give it to me, don't give it to me, give it to Fessy and Casey, give it to Fessy and Casey." Now, period point blank, it absolutely was not the best decision to give it to Fessy and Casey because it would have been basically a waste of a a hindrance or a negative trick that's thrown out of the bag from TJ, of course. So he decides CT gives it to Cam and Corey because, in all honesty,
they were second place.
They're second place. They flat out are the biggest competitors. And the thing is if he had not have done that, and anyway, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself.
I thought it was very interesting how Cam was like, Amber B, they played you all season, and then CT was like, y'all played me, y'all all played me. And Cam was like, who? All y'all put me in. So he was like, it don't really matter who I give it to, y'all all fucked me over.
Right. Even though technically CT didn't pick Cam at first, so Cam did technically owe him one. So he really shouldn't have said that. But Cam wasn't thinking about that at that time period. She was too busy leaking blood and cow testicles and whatever other. Ugh, Jesus, to make my stomach just twitch.
CT and Amber gives it to Cam and Corey, which makes it possible for Leroy and Nani to potentially catch up.
But baby, did y'all see Cam's look? Did y'all see Cam's look when he gave it? Cam said, "Bitch, the fuck." Come on, let's eat. Come on, Corey, let's eat.
Right.
Let's eat, Corey. Come on, Corey, let's eat. Let's go.
But I was getting excited because I'm like, okay, come on, Leroy. Come on, Leroy. Come on, Leroy. This your last season, bro. This your last season.
And so in that moment, I wrote down on my notes, it says, Leroy has some speed. Leroy was moving. Leroy was moving.
But he was only as fast as, your foot is swollen. He was only as fast as, look, you can't even. He was only as fast as Nani could be. And I just felt bad for him. I felt bad for him. But then again, it was good that he didn't end up with KC. Right. But who knows? Because was really pushing KC and really like forcefully pushing her. Which probably could have made her messed up her knee. So who knows how KC would have ended up and if she would have just stuck it out with Leroy. They've been beasting the whole way through. It made no sense. Well, took her, so she had no control over it. But anyways, so we get past that. Nani and Leroy get to second place. They get to the kayaks.
Baby, the kayaks, baby. So Amber fears not being able to communicate with CT. Oh, this is going to be horrible. We're not going to be able to communicate on this. This isn't going to go well, she says. It isn't going to go well. And I had fear of that. I'm like, okay, well, if you can't communicate while kayaking, then you're in trouble. Leroy has no clue. Leave me alone. Leroy has no clue. So you skipped. I was going to talk about Fessy and Casey having to eat, but we already talked about that. So
yeah, I mean, there was nothing else to say. Like Fessy was sitting on the rock, and TJ said, "You're gonna give up. You're gonna give up. You're gonna give up." And so at the end of the day, like it made no sense for him to go back, but he went back just to eat a couple things, and then they ended up whatever. They're out. Oh well. Nani and Leroy get to the kayaks, and like he was saying, like Leroy was having a hard time with the kayaks. He was getting really frustrated because I could feel like he could see like the money slipping away from him.
Right.
And like he's thinking about every decision that he made in this game.
Right.
And they don't seem to be getting where he would want to get because there's water and they're not moving, the kayak's not moving. Like I felt his pain.
So can I tell y'all something? So if you guys are ever, everybody listen up. Hey, my buddy of mine says, hey. So if you're ever in a kayak or canoe or a raft, the back is the steering area. That's where you steer. So if you want to go straight, the person in front needs to paddle on this side. The person in the back needs to paddle on that side. That takes you straight. If you want to make a hard right turn, both of you are facing this way. Both of you need to paddle on this side to make a full 360 U-turn. If you want to do a light turn, the person in the back can go ahead, hold the row straight out like this, and he can kick it out like that while the person in front is still rowing, and give it a quick little turn this way, or if it's on this way, give it a turn that way. That's how you do it. So it's got to be row, 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 row. Boom. They're trying to go all like this. You can't fight against yourselves. You're going to go around in a whole bunch of weird-ass circles and go all crooked. They ended up getting it together in the end, but after Leroy and them hit that damn water. Once he hit that ice water, he said, okay, we ain't doing this shit again. What do I need to do?
Leroy's commentary, I'm going to miss Leroy's commentary because Leroy and Cam's commentary throughout this whole season have been interesting. But when Leroy was like, I don't want to fall in this water. I don't know what's under me. Seals, sharks, polar bears.
That's some shit
I'm like, listen, and Will, the fuck? They was in this whole ice glacier thing. You right, you don't know what's underneath y'all. Because it ain't like MTV surveying that area anyways.
They signed the non-disclosure.
I'm sure they signed the waiver.
Waiver, yeah.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Ate by a polar bear.
It ain't MTV's fault. I'm sure they did. Anyways, the kayaking part was kind of like a wash, no pun intended, they were in water. But Corey and Cam make it. They all get to their puzzle pieces. CT and Amber B are having a hard time communicating with each other. CT even falls in the water,
and he did.
But they get their puzzle pieces. I was telling him, I'm like, what if one of them left their puzzle piece on the beach?
Boy,
you
just talk to get in the bus with. Get in the bus with.
Not on the bus
with Fessy and. They don't even get the ride back in the SUV, baby. They got to ride back in the bus. They put them on one of the the little. The little Thailand buses.
Go lay down, baby.
Red ones.
Lay down.
Dropping them off at the airport.
Down.
Their bags was already packed. I'm telling you.
Sit. Thank you.
But yeah, Amber B tossed CT's big ass in the water on purpose. She did. She said, "You talking all this shit, nigga."
He was like, grab me. And she holding the rope. She holding the thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Well, they finished their thing. The whole way through, CT and Amber were in the lead. Right, but they never faltered.
That's when they really smoothed out because he got his ass wet, and that was it for him.
Listen, CT is a beast. You cannot say anything about CT. CT beasted on every freaking challenge in this final, and he was ahead of all the guys in this final, and he beat everybody in the puzzles. CT is a freaking beast of nature.
He lives the challenge.
Wow.
It's his show.
It is now that Bananas is not, I don't know if he's coming back or not. But Bananas won the biggest, I think that his season was the biggest jackpot that he won.
The one he stole or the one that he...
The one he won.
The last
Fair
one.
and square, yeah, the last one he won. But CT is right next to him with these wins. Making it to the final and getting the wins. I think this is his fifth. I want to say this is CT's fifth.
So 500,000 probably.
500,000 what?
Total?
No, he got 450,000 from this.
Oh shit!
I don't know what he's done with his money in the past. I don't know.
It looks like he's been drinking it.
Well, child. Anyways,
as you deserve to.
Who was second? Was it Nani and Cam? Leroy?
Were you jumping ahead?
No, the puzzle. We're still on the puzzle at the kayaks. It was Nani and Leroy was the second.
CT and Amber make it to the beach first, but struggle to get their puzzle together. They take a second to look at the puzzle model to get a better view, and then they get it together and they take the lead. Leroy and Nani are in second. Cam and Corey are in third. Nani tells Leroy to go look again, and they keep in second. CT and Amber get to the cave, and it's all numbers.
Come on, Notes. I mean, what? So with this whole board with all the numbers, I'm like, yikes. Like, what?
Yeah.
But first of all, the freaking cave.
Beautiful.
The freaking cave was gorgeous. Until they had to sleep in it.
Until they had to sleep in that bitch.
But CT did his thing with the math thing so fast and he was done.
I was very impressed with that. Like, it was like the camera couldn't even stretch it out. It was so fucking quick.
He's a beast.
So that means it was probably like less than 30 seconds.
CT ends up winning, and because he won and was ahead of everyone, he gets to decide if he wants to switch partners. He decides to keep Amber B, which only makes sense because Amber B kept him before.
CT's like, okay.
He really thinking about it.
Okay, I'll keep her.
He really had to think about it though.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, that is a decision.
And they have both gotten through all these challenges and have been number one all throughout the challenges. So it's like, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
She is a beast.
She is.
And she's cute and she's sweet.
She's gorgeous.
She's nice.
And she's mixed, and I love it.
Yeah, all of that. Her hair is spectacular.
TJ is a jerk.
He is.
Having them put their faces in the, for what?
I'm sorry, I'm only putting my motherfucking nose in that shit, and you think I'm getting my fucking jacket wet? No. Not happening.
They had no choice. They was already wet. And I thought it was so horrible that Cam and Corey only got the blanket. Cam's faces throughout this challenge was everything.
Cam's like, I quit too, motherfucker. I'm done too. Leroy.
But at least she ain't do a Bailey. At least she ain't do...
What, Lee?
when Bailey said, what was she said? Her leg was messed up or something with her leg.
Was she lying?
She didn't want to stay out in that cold.
Right.
Something happened with Bailey. But and I love Bailey. Bailey, I love you. You are looking amazing on these model things you be doing, posting ass out, titties out. But Cam, she doing it.
Yeah.
She doing it. They go from 9 p.m. all the way to almost 9 a.m. the following day, having to stay up. And Leroy divulges to the crew that it's his last season.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's shocked. CT's like, I knew it.
Oh, but they have to. Okay, so they have to. So here's what we missed. So they have to hold a heavy capsule, then dump their face in a bucket of water, then wake their partner up and switch, and do that all throughout the night. Corey and Nani and CT stand around and talk about what's his name, Fessy. And
he take notes now. I ain't take notes not through none of this because it was like fluff. Like all this in between stuff was like fluff.
Well, I was chuckling because and then they go over the screen with Corey, and Corey's like,
put his interview right.
Put Fessy right here. Put him right here. Where I just know that he's saying that if my partner hadn't fucked up her leg, that booty woo woo woo, I was dying. I'm like, that's really funny. And of course, they completely obliged.
They did.
Completely obliged.
They did.
Of course.
Because that was the second time Corey did that. He said, put the montage of me throwing up right here. Corey been doing that throughout the whole thing. Right. So, yeah.
The whole time they're in there. So Amber B says she can't sleep, so she tells CT to lay down. So CT lays down and she gets up and she's holding the capsule and she's like, oh, this actually is heavy. So then Leroy, which I thought was super beautiful and super sweet, which maybe his head wasn't completely in the game, but I thought that it was very much so in the game. Leroy basically says that he just wants to marry Cam, and that's all he's thinking about. So you're in the middle of an ice cave, and that
was his motivation to keep getting through it.
Well, I would definitely agree with that. And that's what
he said that he is the first time he actually thought about marrying someone and having a baby with them, and that was Cam.
And he was thinking about that in the cave, freezing, dipping his face in ice water, holding we'll say a 30-pound capsule in the middle of the night in a 19-degree and
it had gotten to just about 19 degrees.
Yeah.
That's a lot, and they were all wet.
Yep.
Listen.
And then he tells all of them. Sorry, I'm not trying to take over anything. But then tells all of them that this is his last season. And CT's like, I knew it because you were being too ruthless. You're being too ruthless. So what's that to me was like, okay, so all the other seasons Leroy wasn't being ruthless. He
was passive. All the other seasons he was riding under bananas for the most part.
And that's why he lost.
And that was quite a few of his losses. Then he stopped riding under bananas and was still losing. And so yeah, it's like he said, he played 12 seasons and didn't win one.
That's so sad. The bananas don't give a fuck about nobody but bananas.
Right.
So then the morning comes, you guys. Oh yay, we can see light. They're all happy that they can see light, even though they know once they see light that there's a shit ton of work that they have to do. So then what do they have to do, Wes?
You tell me.
Okay, so they have to race up the mountain, you guys, and bust open a block of ice that holds a capsule that holds something pertinent to the next challenge. What, you enjoying it? Because remember last week you had put me on spot. So
but you never write notes. Ain't nothing new.
I'm a very good note taker.
Yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
He got this little book of a phone, y'all. Yes, indeed. So what? You stopped. What happened?
Okay. So they have to race up the mountain. So CT and Amber, of course, we already know what placement they get. They run up there and get first place, getting to the block of ice to bust the block of ice up. Now, the thing that was really funny about this to me was the simple fact that they were given a 5-minute head start in regards to being able to get up the mountain. A, because they were in first place, and B, they're just fucking beasts in this whole competition. Then here comes Leroy and Nani, and they're just on the coattails. But 5-minute head start. They've had 5 minutes to start breaking their block of ice open. 5 minutes to get their little.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of fucking time.
That's a lot of time.
And basically, like that. At that moment, I'm like, okay, this is CT.
Like, how do you catch up? Like, how do you catch up with that? That's a lot of time.
Yeah. So CT tells Amber to hit the block of ice in the middle, hit it in the middle, hit it in the middle. So she starts doing that. They end up getting it, and they take off running. Here comes Leroy and Nani in second. They're doing their thing, and then of course Cam and Corey in the back.
Listen, they take the capsule and they get to the next point where it says for you to leave your capsule there.
Yeah.
I think it was very smart of Nani and Leroy to look inside the capsule before leaving it. CT and Amber B didn't look inside the capsule. But that goes to show you how far ahead they were. Because they left the capsule, went to the thing,
right.
came back, looked at the capsule,
right.
and then went back and no one was still near them.
5
minutes is way too much of a lead.
Yep.
Way too much of a lead. But I digress. If you get in first place, that's what you get. Other people should have gotten first place. It is what it is. But I thought it was very smart how Nani and Leroy thought to look at the capsule first and then leave the capsule.
Right.
But they still were in second and third place. So it is what a TI is.
Right.
What came after the capsule? Oh, the 10 gram.
Yeah, which
we already know. CT is a beast with the 10 grams.
Yeah. So it was over.
So like
and in that moment, sorry, my bad. And in that moment, that's when CT made the best decision on giving that stuff to Cam and Corey. That was the best decision that he could have made, because if they would have been neck and neck with them, that was their competition. That was their full-fledged competition. Now, I will say, Kim was a little gassed out.
She was. But she made it to the end before Nani. So at the end of the day, I still stand firmly with believing that if Leroy would have picked Cam, together they would have held each other up to clearly get second or at least attempt to get first.
And if they would have won together, they would have still would have got $100 grand.
They would have got $100 grand. Like there's no way if they were together they would have been last. It's just no way.
Right.
There's just no way.
Right.
So, but I get it. What's the boy name? Leroy wanted to be with his bestie. Child.
But Leroy did great. Leroy did great. I found myself getting a little emotional because, and I'm not gonna go there. But I found myself getting a little emotional because when you've wanted something and you want it so bad.
12 seasons.
Yeah, you just tried and tried. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna give it everything that I got. And you know that you gave it every single thing that you got, and you literally are just fucking that close. You're that close.
It sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks. I know these shows be having their counselors right to the side because that would mess with your brain, bro. If you go through 12 seasons and never win anything, and you have your supporters and your fans and everybody loves you, you're always the likable guy. You decide to switch it up and not do the same thing, and you actually do get to finals, but you just don't get to the win.
I think
just sucks.
I think you should do one more year. I think
just sucks.
I think if he did one more year and kept the same energy and the same vibe and maybe take it up a notch, train a little differently, get a little bit better with swimming and kayaking and stuff like that, I think that he would, if he did.
Leroy is a great competitor. Yeah, he's a beast. You saw how he did his eliminations.
Right.
Like he beasted. And he went down there, got his gold skull, like he beasted.
Leroy, do one more. Just do one more.
He can't really because, he announced that he's quitting.
He can still do it.
I mean, I guess he can, but I would love for Leroy to keep going. I really would. I like Leroy and Cam's friendship, relationship. Right, all of that. I like them as people. We at the end. We already know who won.
Right.
Amber B and CT. Amber B, you are a beast. Congratulations, sis. I'm so glad you won over Fessy, Casey, and the other one.
Right.
I'm so glad that you went through it and you made it happen for yourself. Completely congrats. You earned all of it because you made it through every freaking challenge and never gave up. So can't no one say nothing about you. And you went through your eliminations and beasted in your eliminations. Right. So you are a beast. Yeah. So rookie season and you won over all those people that have tried. Right. Your first time in the game, you win. Right?
Yeah.
So boom, and that had to sting for Leroy too. All of that had to sting for Leroy. Yeah. So, but my favorite people, I'm just going to say my favorite people in all of the challenge is Corey, Leroy, Cam, Nelson.
Yeah.
Anissa. CT, I'm dope with CT, but CT be acting funny sometimes. I don't like when he be funny to people.
True.
Darrell, even though Darrell hasn't been doing much since he been back, I don't know if he's going to excel in the All-Stars. We're watching All-Stars. But those are my favorite people. Who are your favorite people? Do you have a top or you don't have a top?
I would say I definitely like Corey. Corey did. I was proud of Corey. I was proud of Corey too. Corey kept up. Corey actually was
ahead of Cam,
and I didn't particularly expect that.
But he did that in the last final when they were running through the glaciers, and he beat Fessy in that final too. So he just didn't end up winning.
I'm ready for this. This
reunion. I want to see what Nelson got to say to Fessy. That's period. That's on period.
CT looked like he want to say, "I'ma beat that bitch with a bottle. I'ma beat that bitch with a bottle." That's what he looked like.
You know,
how the girl from Mix be singing it?
That's exactly what she said.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
She say all the from the window to the wall.
I'ma beat that bitch. Yeah.
Right. Anyways, I can't wait to see the reunion. Thank y'all for watching this with us. It's been very interesting.
Yeah.
And I know y'all do the All-Stars. It's just not that entertaining.
How about this? We will do the All-Stars if 20 people that are watching this video go on to ACONNECTIONTV, watch ACTV.com tonight, tomorrow, or by the end of this week. Go on to ACONNECTIONTV and subscribe and leave like 3 or 4 comments on the app in the Google Play Store, Apple Play Store, Android Play Store. If you guys go on, do that, subscribe. We will review the All-Stars, and I will do it shirtless the entire rest of the season.
Child, ain't nobody trying to see your body.
Huh?
Child. You gotta get that ankle fixed. That's what you gotta do. This KC friend over here. Hey, KCO.
No, it's not.
KCO.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
KCO. This Josh.
Oh, no.
That's Josh when the guy hurt.
No.
Anyways, later.
Y'all heard what I said. Leave your comments below. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Thanks for being a part of this with us. It's been awesome.
You got my good money tonight?
Well, hello to you too, Mr. Thomas.
Look here, son. You're a full 2 months behind in rent. A cordial hello is not gonna be escaping my lips tonight.
You're right. Could we possibly have just one more extension? I promise you we'll have it all paid up by the end of the week.
Fine. 1 week. But I'm telling you, if you ain't got my money by Friday, you're gonna find yourself out there on the street with your crackhead friends, your crackhead hoes, and all your friends. 1 week.
1 week. I got it. Thank you, Mr.
And I ain't playing with you neither. The only reason why I'm giving you this extension, because I knew your old man. But hell, he owed me money too. May he rest in debt. I mean, in peace. Hey, wait a minute. Is that weed I smell?
Weed? I don't think I smell any weed.
Now look here, son. I might be up in age and might be failing in my senses one at a time. But I know the smell of good reefers when I smell it.
You know what? I think it might be the neighbors. You know, they're kind of crazy. But don't you have like a bingo night or something to attend?
Watch it, son. You on my shit list.
Well, good thing you got your depends on, huh?
Keep it up. You gonna find yourself out there on Peachtree Street shaking a Quick Trip cup.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. You just have my money.
Yes, sir.
1 week. 1 week.
One week.
I'm trying to play with me.
One week.
Get on my nerves. Always late. Every time around that boy late. Boy can't never be on the sound, just like there's no good daddy. Always late for every damn thing.
Disappointments than I ever will appointments. Give a fuck about your feelings, rub it in. This your ointment can't depend on the oinker. Find your pick in the blanket, find a stick. Through your anus, give a rib for your statement. This shit and the payment that is on. Word is born, I've been on like a track phone. I ain't going back home. Say what I do, trick. Yeah, I think I'm taxed on. Go where I live. Oh, you gon' need a chaperone.
Aren't you supposed to be at work?
Man, they fired me, bro.